Welcome to another episode of Parenthood Lifestyle with Dunia Tozy, and today I'm joined by supermom Simone Grewal, who is not only a radio host, but she's also the mom of two beautiful boys. Welcome, Simone.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining me here today. You've been working in the broadcasting industry for over 17 years, right?
Yeah, about 18 years now.
So tell us about, how did you catch the broadcasting bug?
You know, it started really early for me. One of my first memories is my mom actually telling me that we were watching the news, and my brother, he's older than me, but he was trying to pronounce, like, I think CBC Vancouver or something, and he couldn't do it. And she's like, "You just said CBC Vancouver." And I just kind of blurted it out. And so they kind of would always tell me that story. And then even growing up, I would always take my cassette player and record little radio shows and play around.
Gosh.
So it started really young, but you know, they were immigrant parents, so they were kind of like, are you sure you want to get into broadcasting? That's kind of a hard industry. Maybe you should try something else. But for me, it did start really young.
And you worked all over the Lower Mainland. So tell us about your journey and what have you done?
That's pretty much why I kind of ended up everywhere. It's, you know, in broadcast school, they often tell you you're going to have to move to a small market to get that experience. And that's just one thing I didn't want to do. I didn't want to leave my family. I had just started dating my now husband at that time, and I didn't want to leave him. So I kind of, you know, I didn't get there as fast as maybe some people who had moved to a smaller market,
right,
you know, advance in their career. I kind of started on, you know, the street team at Z95.3,
wow,
and then I moved into doing traffic. And after that, I kind of was like, you know, if I'm not going to do the radio thing, I'll maybe try TV now. And so then I started hosting segments at Omni TV, and then I did some stuff for City TV, and then I ended up at CBC, and then eventually I made my way back to Z. So it kind of was just like, you know, I'm one of those people that if I see an opportunity, I kind of take it. I'm a yes person, and I think that's how I kind of bounced around and was able to just become a little bit more well-rounded.
Right. I know, and it's a tough industry to be in, right? And to last especially. So what do you love about this job?
You know what? The current job I'm in right now, I host the midday show on Z, which is on air 10:30 to 3. And that really works with my lifestyle as a mom because I'm able to drop the kids off at school if I need to. Most days my husband does drop-offs, and then I'm also able to pick them up when I'm done work. And in most jobs, that was the biggest struggle when I was doing kind of a 9 to 5 in radio, like doing some of the behind the scenes stuff. And my husband is a realtor and he's doing long days. It was always a struggle. Like, who's picking the kids up? Who's dropping them off? How are we getting dinner made? So finally I'm at that place where this job, I think for any parent, it's kind of the perfect slot because TV, radio, all the hours are kind of all over the place.
Right.
It's hard to balance it with kids. So
totally,
I finally think now I've found the balance with this one.
Speaking of the kids, you have two beautiful boys. Tell us a little bit about them.
So Arav is 6.5. Arjun is 2.5. And yeah, boys, they're a lot of work.
Oh, I know. I've got one.
I know.
I've got a boy and a girl, and now I know what they talk when they say boys are really different.
They are. They're very active,
Yeah.
you know, so it's keeping up with them. But they're also very loving and affectionate. And, you know, everybody tells me this. I knew this other, a friend of my aunt's, she had 2 boys. And, you know, me and my friends sometimes complain that they just want us now. They don't want their dad, and they're constantly with us. But this friend of my aunt said that her boys are older, and now they just do their own thing. They don't really need
And
mom.
you're going to miss all that, right?
Whereas I feel like if you have a daughter, like I call my mom every day.
That's
like
so
she
true.
needs you
Yeah.
forever.
That's
And boys kind of move on. So I think I just enjoy this time. They're clinging with me and want me because I'm like, in 5 years, I'm not even going to hear
They're
from
going to
them.
be bye, mom.
Yeah.
So from reading about your career, you're a very ambitious person. So has parenthood changed your career goals?
It has. You know what? Just with finding like the time to build a career and have kids, you kind of make a choice. Like in my 20s, I feel like I spent a lot of that time, you know, I was acting. I worked in a Bollywood film briefly, and you know, I was doing radio during the week and I was doing TV on weekends because it was just me.
Yeah.
I could do it. And my husband was at home. He was fine. He could make dinner. But then as soon as I had the kids, I kind of looked at my life and realized what was important. And, you know, there was a lot of opportunities I said no to. And now I see those other people doing them and I'm like, oh, they look like they're having so much fun. But I'm like, at the same time, like I would never give it up because, like I said, in a couple of years when they grow up and they don't need me as much, then maybe I can take on more things. But for now, the workload, you have to find the balance because you want to be there for them. You want to be at their soccer games, take them to swimming. Like, you just don't have the time to be working all the time.
It's tough being a parent, but it's also so rewarding. As they say, you only have 18 summers with the kids.
I know.
So when somebody told me that, I'm like, it puts it into perspective, really.
Yeah.
That, there's only so much time, and then they grow up and they go.
I know.
So how much do you love being a mom?
I love being a mom. Honestly, like, I was never one of those people who gravitated towards other people's kids. Like, my brother had kids and I never really picked them up or changed diapers that did anything. I just kind of enjoyed them from afar. And then I was like, am I going to be a good mom? But for me, it was like when they're my own, it's just a different kind of love. And I look at them and I see what they pick up from me. My older one is always cracking jokes and trying to entertain. So my husband's always like, he might look like me because they both look like him. They're like, but he acts like you. And I'm like, yes, he has a little bit of my personality. And I think that's the coolest thing is just, seeing their little personalities, watching them grow, and you learn so much from them. They're so pure and so innocent. And, the world we live in, like, we get so jaded by hearing all these things, and then you just look at them and they make everything just so much better.
That's so true. Now, at your job, you're the midday host, as you were saying. So tell us a little bit about how fun is that job? Everybody probably thinks that it's the coolest job.
It is cool because honestly, if you ever come to the Z studios and me during my show compared to the other shows, the music is cranked. Like, I am literally throwing myself like a 4.5-hour dance party until I'm on the air. And it's music based. I'm also the assistant music director. So I help choose some of the music. So when that new song comes in and mixes in, it's just fun. And then my show is, again, very light. I want you to come and just hang out with me, have fun. I don't really talk about anything that's too deep. We're not a news station. So it's just fun, good music, good time talking about local topics, entertainment. And it's way different from when I used to work in news where it's so serious. So for me, like, my escape from the kids, like, I remember one of the girls at work said, you are way too happy to be at work. And I'm like, because this is also my break from the kids. I can have a coffee, I can have lunch. Whereas at home, you're always in a rush because you're just trying to feed
always
them.
Working with the kids, right? It's work.
It is. I remember saying that. I was leaving work one day and I said, bye, I'm going to my other job. And somebody said, you have another job? And I said, yeah, I'm a mom. So I work from 7 a.m. to 9 at night.
No wonder we're so exhausted, hey?
Yes.
And you not only do that, but you volunteer your time for a lot of great causes, including BC Children's Hospital. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I'm on the South Asian Division. So we have our own committee where we fundraise on our own through events in the community and just through various partners. So this year we brought in over $300,000 for Children's Hospital, which is amazing.
That's
so
incredible.
It's a lot of fun. And, as a mom, with me, I'm one of those people who always worries. My kids have never needed to go to Children's Hospital, but a lot of my friends' kids have. And so that just became close to my heart where I'm like, you know what, we have such a great hospital. If I can use any of my spare time to help raise funds for all the technology and machines and things they need there, that's kind of where I give back. And we meet once a month, and then we have our big miracle weekend and the kids get to come down. It's fun. So I really enjoy doing that.
That's great. So what's your advice to the parents who are, trying to get into maybe the broadcast industry, but they're worried that, with parenthood and kids, maybe that they won't make it?
You know what? I think if it's your passion, you'll find a way to make it work. And it might be maybe not full time, maybe it's starting out part time, and just finding ways to just keep that balance and not overwhelming yourself, because it can be a very stressful industry. But again, if you work at it, I've noticed, I always say this to my boss, I'm like, I might not be the most talented one here, but I'm the most easygoing and easy to get along with. And I think that's how you can find a place at a radio or TV station, is be likable, get along with everyone, work hard, and make sure your work gets noticed, and just go from there. But again, don't set your sights too high on achieving too much, especially if you are a parent, because then you're just going to overwhelm yourself, and then you're not going to be a good parent at home because you're going to be stressed out. So,
do things one step at a time.
Exactly.
Basically, right? So what are you working on for the future? Is there something that you're hoping to do for the next 5 years? Or?
You know what? I'm really loving what I'm doing right now. Again, doing middays and doing music, but eventually, it's going to be either way. I'd love to maybe one day go back to mornings in radio when the kids are full-time school, because then I figure, I'd come home around 10, 11, and then I can nap, have lunch, relax. They're not home till 3, so I can get a bit of that time for myself. And I go to bed now early anyways, so it would work. Or I'm going to lead more into the direction of management and maybe just get onto the role of being a programmer. So I kind of am just toying with both those ideas, but again, no moves for at least the next 2 or 3 years while my little one, before he gets to kindergarten.
Well, thanks so much, Simone, for being here with us today. And if people want to get in touch with you, I mean, they can hear you on the radio, but also, do you have a website?
Yep, SimoneGrewal.com, as well as at Simone Grewal on Twitter and Instagram, so you can reach out to me there.
So make sure you check it out. Well, thank you so much for being here, Simone, and thank you guys for watching, and make sure you subscribe and check us out on social media at Parenthood Lifestyle. Thanks so much, and see you next time.